One. Let's start.
Okay, friends, welcome to the PG track program of Delhi CSI. We are into a 54th webinar, and we have been for last 4 weeks continuously doing some interesting spotters from various aspects of structural heart disease, also hemodynamic cases, and also traces. So today we again have Dr. Ranjan Shetty. Last time we had very interesting and interactive session with all the residents on angiocardiograms in structural heart disease. And today we'll be continuing the same session on angiograms in structural heart disease by Dr. Ranjan Shetty. I welcome Dr. Sumod and Dr. Girish, my colleagues, and all the residents who have taken out time to join for this session. Over to you, Dr. Sumod, please.
Yeah, good evening, and once again, welcome to the PG Tech program. And I'm sure you're all very eager to know. We talked by Dr. Ranjan, and we had very interesting 2 sessions last 2 weeks. Dr. Ranjan really got all keep engaged, with his very beautiful spotter. So today also, I'm sure it's going to be a very engaging session. So without wasting any time, I would like to welcome Dr. Ranjan. Please come and take this session. Welcome, Ranjan.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Sumod. I think my job is very easy. It's just to put spotters today, and you'll be moderated by Dr. Girish, Dr. Sumod, Dr. Gupta. So it's going to be good. So the first one, I'll just pass on to the next one. Yes. So you can call somebody, Dr. Sumod. Yeah.
Sudhir, you will start off. Sudhir, please unmute. Sudhir is not there. Yogesh, you want to try? Yogesh?
Yes, sir. This is the LV angiogram. The course of the catheter is from the femoral artery to ascending aorta, and through the aortic valve to LV. So here we see in RAO view, there is a good contractility of basal portion of the ventricle. So please continue. And there is apical portion is not moving very well. There is apical ballooning type of left ventricle. And that's all, sir.
Tell the diagnosis. What do you?
Takotsubo cardiomyopathy type.
Yes. So at this point, I think you should be ready for some questions which people will ask you. So I think so if Yogesh can answer, this is RAO 30 view. So last class we were discussing what are all the angios which are done in RAO 30.
RAO 30, we do the LV angiogram, we see the mitral regurgitation and grading of aortic regurgitation.
Okay. What else? Start with coronary. You'll do it for RCA, no?
Yes.
You'll do it for RCA. Most RCA view is also RAO, no? Plain RAO, mid RCA, no? RAO 30. Most of the time, left injection will have some caudal. Yeah. Then what else?
LCX also.
One VSD. Which is the VSD which you will do?
Yes, inlet VSD.
Outlet.
Yes.
No?
Yes.
Yeah,
outlet.
we saw a beautiful angio last time where it was communicated. It's the outlet VSD which is RAO.
Yes,
Then
sir.
PDA is RAO, no? Yeah. PDA is either lateral or RAO 30. There are many others. So keep a watch so that, make a list mentally. So that, see, exam is always about recollection and your ability to perform in stress, So it's always important to have some run before so that. Do you see anything else here?
Yes, sir. I think see the MR.
There's just a puff, but which is very likely because of ectopic, no? That MR is because of ectopic, so probably not this. And we did discuss about diastolic MR last class. So you can also see mitral valve here. So if it beaks back, that's what you see in MEP beaking. You can see the coronary sinus. People could ask you what are the coronary sinus which you see in this view. For example, what is this posterior coronary sinus and what is this? This coronary sinus, so you should know to answer those. Otherwise, it should be a little bit. And this is an angled pigtail. Okay, see the way the pigtail is bending, so it's not a usual simple pigtail, it's an angled pigtail. Okay. Okay. So the next one.
Rohit is there. Rohit, you want to unmute?
Yes, sir. This is a AP view of the showing a ventriculogram with
Yeah.
the
AP is wrong. AP is wrong. View is wrong.
RO 30.
Yeah, it's a
Arrow-
RO
arrow.
plane or RO cranial?
RO plane, sir.
RO plane, no? See, heart and the diaphragm just over each other. It's like a plane view. RO plane means typically it is RO 30 view. Okay. Why do you say RO? Not just the way the spine is, also the way the ribs are oriented. Okay.
Yes.
Go on,
RO,
Rohit. Yeah.
RO plane view with the catheter, arterial pigtail, angled pigtail catheter from the descending aorta to the arch to the ascending aorta through the aortic valve into a chamber which is smoothly trabeculated, probably left ventricle, which is having good contraction, and the apex is showing ace of spades type appearance, suggestive of apical HOCM and with two pacemaker leads in the atria and the RV, sir.
Yes. Anything else, Dr. Sumod? I think he's answered very well. No?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. So also you can comment on the thickness. If you see the coronaries are always epicardial. If you see the coronaries, you can actually comment on the thickness of LV. Otherwise, I think you presented very well, picked up even the pacemaker lead. The pacemaker is not apical in position in this case. No, it's slightly onto the RVOT, the pacemaker. In case of HCM or HOCM, you want more dysynchrony. No, it's not that you want less dysynchrony. You would actually want more dysynchrony. So apical pacing works fine for them. Can we have the next one?
Yes, yes. Bhuneshwar, you.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Yes.
Sir, this is a pigtail catheter. The view is sir RAO view, and pigtail catheter is from the descending thoracic aorta to the arch of aorta to a chamber which looks sir coarsely trabeculated. Most probably, sir, in the apex and mid. Sir, it is looks like non-compaction.
Okay. Very good. No, looks like non-compaction. You can see the coronary is following this chamber, so it's likely LV, although it's
LV.
costly. Yeah, and you also see some MR here, no, in this area. See, maybe a grade 1 CS.
One, yes,
Grade 1
sir.
MR.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Could be
Slight
ectopic related or
regurgitation.
could be this. It's a grade 1 MR. Okay, so good. Can we go to the next one?
Dipanjan, you want to read?
Yes, sir. The catheter course is from the right. The catheter course is from the femoral artery through the descending aorta into the arch, into the innominate artery, and we can see that there is a dilated communication from the right subclavian artery, which is descending and
No, the blood,
Freedom.
the circulation is towards the heart or away from the heart?
or towards it will be from the veins. Sir.
So this is a venous structure, no?
Yes, sir. The course is then from the IVC, but it is going across the heart. Usually, it will not cross the heart.
You need to use all your imagination, Dipanjan. Venus is not in doubt, no? So use your imagination and tell how we read there. Yeah.
So any azygous vein Just going and
Ascites is a right-sided structure. We are on the left side, no?
left side. Hemiazygous.
What is the venous structure which is obliquely placed over a cardiac shadow?
I'm like not for sure, sir.
This
So,
patient,
Girish, please explain. Yeah, please explain to them.
yeah, this patient usually have you can suspect it on echo. This anomaly could be suspected on echo, and sometimes you do a contrast echo to confirm its presence.
Someone is prompting from behind.
Sir, coronary sign.
Yes, that part is correct. So it's gone through coronary sinus. Where did it go beyond that?
LSVC.
LSVC. From
Then
LSVC, what is this structure called? So you can see the LSVC here, which is draining into CS. You can see a RSVC, right?
RSVC.
SVC here.
RSVC.
What is this structure?
Sir, communicating vein between.
Yeah, communicating vein between two. So, movement in the veins, the two structures are possible in that area. One is a vertical vein, one is LSVC. Vertical vein was a part of, what we discussed last time. So whenever you have something there, think of both the structures which are possible. So it is LSVC to CS. Is this a cyanotic condition or acyanotic, Deepanjan?
It will be an acyanotic, sir.
Correct. Because there is no communication. It is LSVC to CS and not to. Yeah. Okay. Next one.
Surikant? Surikant is there?
Yes, sir. I'm there, sir. So,
this is not playing, I think. Just 1 second. Okay. I think maybe the next one. Yeah.
Sir, it's a PA view, APA view or AP view. That's a venous catheter. The course is from femoral vein IVC, right atrium, and via tricuspid valve into the RVOT. Sir, I'm able to see the filling of both great arteries, but the pulmonary artery is getting filled first, followed by the filling of the descending aorta. Apart from that, in the pulmonary artery, stenosis of the pulmonary artery, sir. Stenosis of the pulmonary artery. Sir, since able to see filling of both great arteries at the same time, that's a defect is all. Septal defect is also there, sir. So my diagnosis is stenosis of the pulmonary artery. VSD with the stenosis of the pulmonary artery.
So what is it? VSDPS or something else?
The
DO because filling.
Yes, Surikant.
Sir, since both great arteries, I'm suspecting a DO or V.
Yeah, but you yourself mentioned very well. Actually, it's a good presentation. So a slight cranial, okay? It is AP or PA with slight cranial because the heart is now on the diaphragm.
Okay,
that is correct. Injection into coarsely trabeculated. You even mentioned RT balloon taped. All that is correct. First, you see the it's PA is filling, then aorta is filling.
Yeah, sir.
So it's more likely to be classical TOF. You have stenosis at infundibular, valve, and supravalvular, all three levels. No, it's very likely to be classical TOF. And in LEO phase, what do you see in LEO phase? You feel LA, LV filling. See, the point is just look at the LEO phase. You get LA, you get LV, and now you get aorta. No?
Yes, sir.
That means it is not DORV.
Okay, sir.
In the LEO phase, see, LA, LV, now aorta also is seen. That means LV is connected to aorta, no? So it's not DORV, it is TOF, classical TOF. So lots of questions are asked at this point. The indices are asked. How do you identify indices and things like that? Relation of aorta BM. If you have to tell one difference between DORV and TOF, classical TOF. DORB means DORB VSD PS versus classical TOF. What would be that difference?
Atomitral.
Yes.
Atomitral continuity, sir.
Yes, that would be the key point. That means both there will be conus behind
Double
both
conus.
the arteries. No, below to both the great artery
Double
is double conus. So double conus avoids any great artery from getting attached to a AV valve. Okay.
Yes.
In TGA you have PA to mitral valve continuity. No. So in TOF you have iotomitral continuity. In DORB you have no continuity. So that is one thing which is very common to that is the hallmark actually. It's the embryological hallmark of DORB.
Okay.
Next one, I think
Yes.
Dr. Girish can moderate this. Dr. Girish.
Yeah. So there you can read.
Yes. Sir, this is the AP view, and catheter course is from IVC to RA to HVC to left brachiocephalic.
Yes, Sudhir, go on. Yeah. You're confused about the structure, I think, no?
Yes, sir. So there is a communication between so this structure is communicating with the ventricle, sir.
Which structure is that? I think you saw a similar, angio before also. Only thing the catheter direction is in a opposite direction, but otherwise it's almost similar.
Yes, sir.
Two vertical structures are draining into the heart. What are the two vertical structures?
Can be vertical vein or LSVC, sir. And the structure filling possibly here is coronary sinus, sir. LSVC to CS.
Yes. No. So here, yeah, two are possible. Embryologically, they are distant. Okay. Usually, LSVCs are posterior to PA and vertical vein is anterior to PA. So whenever you see a catheter going up, your mind will always think of figure of 8, but see what it is injecting and where it is draining. If it connects to CS, most of the time it is LSVC. Okay. View is AP and rest is clear. So LSVC comes in different shapes, different size, and this bridging vein or communicating vein. In this case, the predominant blood is actually flowing here to RSVC. But there are cases where you have no communication between the right and left SVC.
Yes.
Next one, yeah. Dr. Sumant.
Okay, Shaukat, you want to read? Ranjan, was there any unroofing of CS in the previous case?
One
Was
second.
there or no? No,
Yeah,
no.
I'll just,
Yes,
yeah. One
Yes,
second.
sir. Yes, sir.
I'll just, 1 minute, Shaukat. We'll just, probably it is RA, no?
RA?
Yeah, it looks like, yeah, RARV, I think. Yeah, no? RARV. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Sir, angiogram taken with probably end hole catheter. Side hole catheter, side hole catheter, and with the catheter course from IVC to RV to the main pulmonary artery. Main pulmonary artery to the right pulmonary artery, sir. And there is, sir, fistula between the right pulmonary artery and right pulmonary vein, sir. And which causes the filling of pulmonary vein, then LA to some ventricular structure, and after that there will be filling of the aorta, and aorta is left-sided aortic arch.
Okay. Is it a cyanotic condition or a acyanotic condition?
Sir, cyanotic condition, AV fistula.
Okay. Okay. So there is this is one more question which is asked in exam, whether which is the cyanotic condition with equal flow in all the 4 valves. The answer is pulmonary AV fistula, because all the four valve blood rapidly comes to LA, but the flow across all four will be equal. So the other question is, which is the acyanotic condition with left to right shunt, but flow across all the four valves are same? Can you answer that?
Acyanotic with left to right.
Yeah, acyanotic, left to right shunt, torrential shunt most of the time, but flow across all the four valves are same.
RSO.
RSOV2?
RA.
RA. The RV one, that's correct. Okay. So these are the two questions which are asked in this, because here the calculation becomes little abnormal.
Rohit?
Yes, sir. So this is AP view showing the venous balloon tip.
Yeah, there are multiple angios in this of the same patient. So you start presenting the first one, rest are just, keep seeing the rest.
So AP view balloon tipped catheter from the IVC to the RA to the RV. And so this is this is again aortogram with the pigtail into the yes, in this it is a coarsely trabeculated chamber, ventricular chamber, which is probably the right ventricle, and and it is it is good. The course there's a connection between this chamber and the other chamber and the other chamber. Probably a VSD is there, and then another structure, another artery is going probably aorta. But there is no there are no coronaries forming. It's a we can see the coronary, so probably it is the aorta from it is arising from the RV, sir.
Yes. So what's the diagnosis?
TGA.
The partial diagnosis.
So VSD with TGA. So can you see the? Can you show the other?
I'll pay the whole thing now. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
this
sir.
you have commented, but one structure you're not commenting here. And then.
So the VSD is opening into a probably pulmonary artery, and so
this is the aortic catheter, no? So from
Yes,
aorta
sir.
you're coming to LV, no
Yes, sir.
TGA, no?
No, sir.
This is the aortogram showing coronaries.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
What's the diagnosis?
So single ventricle.
Unlikely, no? This ventricle and that ventricle don't look the same. See, here itself you are seeing the second ventricle. This is the second ventricle. There's
Yes, sir.
septum, there's second ventricle.
Yes, sir.
See this structure, what is this?
So VSD opening into a pulmonary.
This is PA, so it's pulmonary atresia, okay?
Atresia.
You can only see RV, but you don't see a PA. You're seeing pulmonary artery actually getting filled from the collaterals and maybe PDA. But see, there's nothing going. What you see here is coronary from this, but this is blunt. So this is pulmonary atresia. So VSD with pulmonary atresia, it's like a most severe form of TOF physiology, where PA is now atretic, LV looks okay, two ventricles are good. So with the intact septum, the RV regresses most of the time. So pulmonary atresia can come in two physiology. One TOF-like physiology where there is VSD, both ventricles are well grown, PA is hypoplastic, and you have pulmonary blood supply through PDA or through collateral. Other physiologies where the ventricular septum is intact, but in such case, RV, instead of becoming a tripartite, maybe unipartite or bipartite, RV regresses, and there could be RV dependent coronary circulation in such physiology. In them, most of the time, PA is reasonably well developed. Okay. So these are the two ways pulmonary atresia present. So this is a classical pulmonary atresia, one with TOF. In this, the right arch is very common. 50% of them have right arch, but ventricles are typically well developed. Lots of MAPCAS. No. Next one.
Yeah, Yogesh. Yogesh is there?
Yes. This is the ventriculogram in AP view. The course of the catheter from the IVC to RA to RV. This is highly most likely to RV. From RV to this RV to aorta and I think this is truncus.
Yeah.
Common.
Correct.
Common.
Looks like a common trunk, and PA
Trunk.
is filling probably
Through the-
because from the
Yes, sir. Common
PA
trunk.
is originating from the truncus. No. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
yeah. Okay. What percentage of truncus will have right arch?
50.
Yeah, around 40. No, so it's the second most 40. The last one had 50 and TOF has around 25 to 30%.
25.
Truncal valve is almost always regurgitant. Okay.
Yes.
Puneshwar.
Next one.
Yes, sir. Sir, we can see one pictal catheter from which is going retrogradely, so it is going from arch of aorta to our chamber, and we can see a pictal catheter from above, that is most probably from internal jugular vein, coming to SVC and filling the pulmonary arteries. So, and we can see some wires. So most probably this is a shunt, sir.
So it's a post-surgical case, no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So where is this venous pictal? Where is it landing?
Sir, it is landing in the SVC name. It is almost.
It's gone through the PA, no?
PA, yes,
so
sir.
the SVC is connected to PA. From PA, it is getting connected to one more structure, no? What is that?
It looks like a conduit, sir.
Correct. So what is the likely diagnosis? From SVC, it is come
So
to
RV
PA.
to PA conduit, most probably post-repair,
Yeah,
post-op.
this is not RVC. It's coming from the liver.
Yes, sir.
This is liver here. Huh? So what condition you have a SVC connected to PA and IVC connected to PA?
Sir, Fontan, we can have.
Yeah, complete Fontan, no?
Complete Fontan.
Yeah, Fontan.
PCPC.
Yeah, Deepanjan.
Yes, on the left side, we can see that it's a AP view, and the catheter course is from the aorta across the arch into the LV, and we can see that the left-sided ventricle has got claviculations, and it is connected to the aorta. On the other side, we can see that catheter is coursing from the IJV to the right SVC into the right pulmonary artery, and it is giving and the flow is from the RPA into the the flow is into the RPA and LPA through the pulmonary veins into the LA. So, and it's a post-operative case. So it's a case of bidirectional Glenn shunt.
Very good, Dipanjan. How did you say it's bidirectional? Bidirectional, yes. What do you see here?
Here, sir, there is a commutative flow. Probably the LSVC has also been connected to the LPA.
Correct. So it's a bilateral, bidirectional
Glenn shunt.
Glenn. No? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So you need to, for others, you need to read about this Glenn and, what does bidirectional mean? What does bilateral mean? And all those, and even in Fontan, what is a classical one? What are the modifications? So you need to read some of them. Next one.
Suryakant?
Sir. So the first one is first one is AP view with the it's a pigtail catheter, and the course of the catheter is from venous course entering into the middle of a coarsely trabeculated chamber. Second thing is AP view with the endole catheter.
Yeah, what does it show? Yes, it's injection there shows injection into chamber shows.
Sir, blind.
Yeah, correct. See,
blind
this
and
is the one. Yeah, indicating what are we dealing with?
Sir, RV or is blind.
RV is going to blind, so it is likely to be pulmonary atresia, no? And aorta is filling. What is shown in the next one? Yeah.
Sir,
it's the same patient, no? So what does pulmonary atresia have? Yes. Yes. No? Yeah, large MAPCA, no? So at this point, definition, type,
MAPCA,
what
it is a
direct,
of the itochondrial matter, sir. So,
yes, direct, indirect, all that you should know. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Sudhir?
Yes, sir.
Don't worry, Sudhir, try. Sometimes if you see it once like that pulmonary atresia, see, second time it was so easy. So it's important to see it once. So don't get, try.
So this is the AP view with a slight cranial angulation. And this is the pigtail catheter. And catheter course. So catheter course from descending thoracic aorta to aortic arch. From aortic arch, we can see right brachiocephalic artery is filling, and from subclavian artery, sir, there is a shunt to pulmonary vasculature, pulmonary vein. So
what is pulmonary vein or pulmonary artery?
Pulmonary arteries.
Yeah. So what is it?
So pulmonary artery could be filled by what all structures? One, Dr. Ranjan has already shown a Glenn shunt. Could this be a Glenn shunt? No, this is the arterial structure from the aorta. So it cannot be a Glenn. Can it be other shunt? It could be a BT shunt. Yeah, classical. Shunt also. Can this be a BT shunt, a classical BT shunt, or a modified BT shunt? Any of this thing?
Yes, a BT shunt.
Yes. So there's a BT shunt here, and there's a BT shunt on the left side also. No?
Yes.
This is the right side. This is the left side. So there are BT shunt. There's some difference between both of them, and this looks narrowed. No, the shunt wherever it's getting communicated looks narrowed there. So this is a bilateral BT shunt. What could be the need? So you should know the indication for BT shunt. When do we do BT shunt for current era? Because ICR is a treatment. So you do BT shunt only for a specific indication. Most of the time it is if the PS are small and they have not grown enough. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Rohit, you want to try, Rohit?
Yes, sir. This is an AP view showing the pigtail catheter from the descending aorta to the arch to a chamber, which is on the right side of the and this is a coarsely trabeculated chamber followed by filling of pulmonary arteries on both sides, and on the right side, the other picture is showing a RO view with the pigtail from the descending aorta to the arch to the again to a chamber, which is to the arch to the ascending aorta to a chamber, which is coarsely trabeculated and opening into pulmonary artery with some VST. Yes, sir.
Diagnosis?
Dextrocardia with
yes, dextrocardia
with the TG as a transposition of
why do you think TGA? The chamber is RV or LV?
Sir, it is coarsely trabeculated, so maybe RV, sir.
Coarsely trabeculated to RV,
yes,
and
sir.
then it's filling both the great arteries, no?
Sir.
It's filling both aorta and PA, no? Obviously,
yes,
the catheter is aortic. It has come from this. Aortic catheter lands with the ventricle. That ventricle appears to be RV, no?
Yes.
In both the views, it appears to be RV. And when there is injection into this ventricle, you're filling aorta as well as PA, no? See, PA. There is a VSD which is filling the other chamber here. So it's likely to be, what is the diagnosis?
Double outlet right ventricle.
Yeah, DORV, and the RV, the LV which is here, see, smooth chamber, which looks reasonably developed, is double outlet this. Is there a PS or there is no PS?
No, sir.
Okay. Generally, the rule is, if there is no PS in any of these physiology, PA will be bigger than aorta. Okay. So you need to compare. If PA is PA is smaller than aorta, most of the time there is some PS. Okay, but it could be that there is no PS, but that's how you distinguish. There's no PS, the PA is bigger. Here PA looks slightly smaller, so there must be some PS somewhere. Okay, see here, compared to aorta, which is here, aorta looks much bigger, PA looks smaller. So this is DORV, VSD, PS. Okay. DRV, you know, lots of questions are asked in DRV. It's admixture physiology, the way it behaves, depending on the type of VSD, depending on whether there is PS or no PS. Okay. Next one.
Yeah, Pudeshwar.
Yes, sir.
This is a very recent case, Dr. Sumod. So maybe little, you know, little different from what we see. Yeah. If it's tough, I'll tell Pureshwar. So this is a very rare case where we have gone through ASD and there is something like a vertical vein. So there is a double communication here. This is the pulmonary vein draining into this. This is the vertical vein, not LSVC, but there is double communication. It's communicating to LA as well as communicating into
SVC also, sir, right?
Brachiocephalic, yeah, and then SVC. This is very rare, which we device closed. We device closed here and we device closed here. Typically, vertical veins don't double communicate. No, they communicate to systemic vein most of the time. So it's one of the rare things. Okay. Next one.
Deepanjan.
Yes, this is the catheter course. Is from the descending. This is in the AP view, the pictal catheter is coursed across the descending thoracic aorta, and we can see that there is a descending thoracic. There's a large arteriovenous malformation present, looking like MAPCAS.
Yes, but MAPCAS drain into, how do MAPCAS drain?
Usually they'll drain into the pulmonary artery into the pulmonary vein. So here we can see the MAPCAS, they're communicating with the pulmonary AVMs.
Yeah, it's communicated into pulmonary vein here. AVMs, so it's a direct communication from
vein.
Yeah, aorta to pulmonary vein, producing large left to right shunt. So it's behaving like a PDA, but the connection is not to the pulmonary artery, but to pulmonary vein. So that is unusual again. We device closed this and the patient was in failure. Okay. Next one.
Yogesh.
Yes, sir. Yes, this is a angiogram in AP view, course of the pectoral catheter from the IVC to from the femoral artery to aorta, then LV because it's smoothly chambered cavity, and from aorta either filling of pulmonary artery and levo phase there are filling of LA and LV.
Any diagnosis?
I think LTG.
Yes, you see a L positioned aorta, no?
Yes.
Entering into a chamber, looks like LV, no? Smooth here, sir. Injecting, but you see filling both aorta as well as PA. It's a post-surgical case, so it's likely to be one of the single ventricle physiology, no? This looks like they're about to do a Glenn angio, no? So must be tricuspid atresia because this chamber looks very small. See here, there's a
Yes.
small
Yes, yeah,
chamber
yeah.
here. So it's likely a tricuspid atresia. That chamber is probably, if you carefully see, it is, you know, that chamber is probably filling the PA. So usually in tricuspid atresia, you realize the ventricles are tripartite. No, they have three parts. They have inlet, they have chamber, and they have outlet. In diseases like tricuspid atresia, the inlet and the chamber actually regresses. It's only left with the outlet and a VSD, and that connects the other arteries. So it's very likely a tricuspid atresia. Must have been a post-Glenn, and the cath is done to evaluate for the Fontan. Okay. So with this, I think we can stop, and Dr. Sumodh can discuss some more things with them, or Dr. Girish can discuss. Yeah. Or any doubts if they have, they can ask, I think, no? Yeah.
Yeah, very nice angio presentation, Dr. Ranjan. I must congratulate the quality of the angiogram which you have shown. So almost you have covered the whole of cyanotic and acyanotic congenital heart diseases. And I think with this kind of presentations and active participation with all our residents, some of our residents, I think that they will be well versed with how to approach this kind of angiograms in the exams.
Thank you, Dr. Girish. Any comments and any doubts whether any of them have? Yeah.
Sir, I have one question. Hello, sir. Sir, how will you differentiate DORV and that TOF on angiogram as such? Because we have seen two, we were getting confused between the TOF and the DORV condition.
Okay, so basically, you know, I mean, on angio, if it is one view which is given, then it's usually it is the RV angio which is given. So technically and theoretically, if it is TOF, first the PA should fill, maybe 1 beat early or 2 beat early, and then through the VSD or direct convention, aorta is filled. That is one point. But if you have multiple views, imagine you have a LV angio, you know, TOF, you know, exam is where they give you one angio, but in real life, when you have a case, you are supposed to do 3-4 angios and delineate everything. So you'll do a LV angio. In LV angio, you realize now that there is a VSD and aorta is filled only through that ESD. This you can get it in LV angio. And in LV angio, you'll also look at aortic and mitral valve. Usually mitral valve is like a tongue and it is attached to the aortic valve. You can see it in LEVO view. So you will be able to see that. If you are careful, you can even see the conus below both the valve. And since LV angio shows a VSD, that VSD overriding more than 50% also can be documented. Just the RV angio, sometimes it becomes difficult. You should only, in which view, you should only go by the time taken for aorta to fill versus time taken for PA to fill. Even those two cases of pulmonary atresia, you realize that stump fills first and then you see aortic fill. The TOF also shows that the PA fills and then, but then if you have LEVO, LV angio, that is very useful. That tells us. Or if you make sure, you know, again, DORV is not one disease. It's a spectrum. So what happens is most of the time when we in TOF class, when we discuss, we are discussing DORV, which looks like TOF, where overriding is, instead of being less than 50%, as more than 50%. But you could have DORVs where aorta is now fully committed to RV. In which case the catheter from aorta will actually go to RV, and it's very difficult for this catheter to go to LV. It becomes difficult. That also can be demonstrated. So if aortic catheter enters RV straight away without going to LV, that's also a sign of DORV. But DORV like TOF, the difference is one is aortomitral discontinuity, if you can show in a LEVO view. If you see your LV angio, the VSD you see the catheter in LV, the dye going through VSD and then filling aorta. That can be demonstrated. Dr. Girish, anything you want to add here?
Yeah. I think you rightly summarized on LO view.
Conus we can see as it.
Yeah.
I mean, whether it's
Yes.
all.
Yeah, basically, what conus is a structure
That's
below
it.
the great artery. It's like
Yeah.
the outlet. So whenever there is a aorta mitral continuity, there is no conus.
No conus.
If aorta and mitral are separated, then that's the conus.
Okay, that looks like a pouch, isn't it?
Not an empty
It's not.
pouch, any structure. Have you seen this one? If you have seen that long elongated structure, which is seen in AV canals.
AV canal defect. Yeah.
That is typically a conus.
Okay, sir.
Something similar to RA view. If you see the RBOT sort of thing, the elongated conical structure. That kind of thing, if you see in LAO cranial view, just below the aorta, and that definitely it is separating out the aorta to the mitral apparatus. So,
Sir, it's
it has
mandatory
been shown. No, it will. If it is present, then it is sure shot that it is DRV.
Okay, sir. It is not mandatory. I mean, in every case.
Not really. Not really.
Okay.
The DRV has three components. No, one is aortomitral discontinuity. Second is overriding more than 50%. So third is most of the time VSD, which is there. The three component. Technically, anywhere where the aorta overrides more than 50% becomes DRV. But in a true embryological sense, aorta mitral discontinuity is the hallmark of DRV.
Okay.
Yes, Mohd, any other questions?
No, it was a great opportunity. I think some of the cases are extremely unique. Like last time he showed a outlet VST very uncommonly. It is not very common in RA view to demonstrate the VST, and even truncus today. No, there are very relatively rare cases in pulmonary vein draining into the SVC. So all those things are very rare cases, a very exotic collection engineers, and I think all of them would have enjoyed it. All of us have enjoyed it.
This will definitely be of tremendous use to all our residents, be it DNB or be it DM students. And the way you have explained, so fluently and so lucidly, and with very simple words, and using a lot of common sense. So this is where the class of teacher or a hallmark of a teacher is. I must congratulate you, Dr. Ranjan, once again. And I think our residents, all the exam going residents will, I think, resonate with me in thanking you. I think just saying a simple thanks will not be enough, but I think they will perform better in the coming exams. So if there are no more questions or no more discussion, then I think we can end the session here with a word of thanks to Dr. Ranjan and my colleague Dr. Sumodh, Dr. Mohit, and not last but not the least, all our fellows who are participated in this talk, and our technical support team from INTAS who have been there throughout our journey of this Delhi CSI, CSI or Delhi branch chapter of PG track program. And this will be again, as expected, will be uploaded on the YouTube channel on Delhi CSI PG track program. And thank you once again. Thank you everyone. Have a safe, be safe, stay safe, stay away from all non-essential work. Stay safe and stay safe from COVID. And thank you and have a great weekend. And we'll meet next week. Thank you, Ranjan.
Thank you. Finally at DNB, Dr. Saurabh, who helped me to, compile it. Just on from the last presentation, I changed some of the slides. So thank you, Saurabh, for doing it.
Yeah. Again, a word of thanks from every one of us here, Dr. Saurabh. Thank you, and let's meet for the next PG track next week. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard.